People buy emotionally, and then they justify it intellectually. I mean, think about it. I don't know. Think about the car that maybe the last car that you bought. I bought a truck, a four-wheel drive truck that's leveled, right? It's got all this fancy stuff on it for going off-road. Do I need that shit 99% of the time? 99.99% of the time? Hell no. But I justify it because, well, hey, I'm a hunter and I belong to a hunt club, so I gotta have a truck. I mean, what am I gonna do without a truck? How am I gonna carry all my shit around? Well, it's kind of funny because the roads at my hunt club are pretty damn good. I pretty much would never get stuck. I mean, I need four-wheel drive maybe for about 300 yards total in the entire hunt club. It's probably 10 yards 30 times, right? Don't need it, but I wanted it. It made sense for me. Here's why I tell you this. There's a two-step process that buyers must go through before they buy. And unless you understand this process they go through, you're going to give them their information way too soon, way before you need to, way before it's necessary. And you might probably end up wasting a bunch of time. So, two steps. The first question that a buyer must answer for themselves is, am I going to do anything different or differently? Am I going to do anything different or differently? And if the answer is, I'm not sure, or no, tell me why you think it'd be important to show them what it is that you do. There's no reason. There's no reason unless you just want to show how smart you are and have them steal your information, right? Which is why in our first step of our sales process, right, or the one of the first steps in our sales process is to figure out, is there a personal compelling reason why somebody needs to change, to make a change of any kind? Is there pain? That's the definition, the gap between where they are and where they want to be. If there's no pain, there's going to be no sale. Until somebody has committed to do something different or differently, there's no reason to talk about solutions. There's no reason. You're wasting your time. Only after they've shared an emotional, compelling reason why they need to change the way they're doing things or change what they're doing, then and only then do they get to question number two, which they must answer themselves. Who am I going to do this with? Or what am I going to do? So you realize most salespeople lead with, here's my product, here's my service, here are the brochures, you're going to love it, this is great stuff, blah, 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 to which they'll probably get an intellectual answer from the prospect saying, will you put that in writing? You mind putting that up, writing that a proposal and send that over to me? Here's the thing. You go ahead and do that because, boy, it feels good and you're busy and you put another proposal, it's spaghetti selling, you throw it up against the wall, see what sticks. What's the problem with it? Well, if they're not committed to do anything, they can take your information and use it against you. They can hand it to their current person and say, hey, these guys over here at XYZ company said they can fix this for cheaper than you are. Can you do that? That's what your competitor says. Oh, hell yes, I can. Right? Or they say, we can do this ourselves. Right? All the time you get zero benefit. It costs you money because the time you wasted talking about how great your service was. Selling is not talking about your features and benefits. Selling is having a real conversation with your prospect, being direct, being real, asking harder personal questions to figure out, do they really need to change it all? And you need to be skeptical that they will, because as you know, change is hard. Of course, it's easy for everybody but you, right? I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. Make sure that your prospect, number one, is committed to do something. And then number two, then who are they going to do it with? That's the time when you can talk about what you do.